we see on the camera that he tried his key and he didn't work.
Ooh, that's it. You just want a foreign girl. That's it. I told him I want the world. That's it. Gucci dress and Fendi fur. Oh yeah, oh.
Welcome back, guys. You know it's Ro here. Sincerely, at that. I'm gonna give y'all a story time for like the third, fourth time, whatever. I can't make these stories up, so I'm just gonna tell y'all what's going on. So this one is gonna be about the time my boyfriend and I had a horrible roommate. Like the whole experience, what happened, the whole 9 yards, okay? So this happened a while ago, but I don't care enough. I don't care if he sees it. I don't care if his girl see it. Oh well. But anyways, so we're gonna name the roommate Dirty Dreads and his girl Dirty Gal, because the both of them dirty. Ew. Dirty as fuck. So he came around probably, I would say, end of February. He sent my boyfriend, you know, the first month deposit or whatnot, or whatever you want to call it. Mind you, he has came around over here because he was in New York prior to coming out here. And, you know, he's giving my boyfriend this whole sob story about how he's getting harassed by police and how there's some guy that's wanted by the state is pretty much living in his building, and they cops, you know, doing 24-hour surveillance on his apartment building, like, and he was just tired of it. So he used to come around and help my boyfriend fix his car because my boyfriend had gotten into an altercation, and that ended up, you know, messing up his wrist. So he wasn't able to fix his car and stuff like that. So that's where Dirty Dreads came into play. So anytime Dirty Dreads would come around, like, I would just come home from work. They'd be working on the car. Nobody say nothing to me. Cool. I'm not going to sit here and bother you because I don't know you. If my boyfriend's not going to introduce you to me or vice versa, then he must not be important. So that's why I didn't say nothing at that point in time. But fast forward to February, or end of February, early March, you know, my boyfriend asked me, he was like, you know, is it okay if he moves in and blah, blah, blah. I just want to make sure everything is okay with you before, you know, I get back to him. So I was like, you know what, yeah, because he was telling my boyfriend how he couldn't see his daughter. He don't feel like it's safe for him to bring his daughter back to his crib, and a whole bunch of lies, pretty much. So the guy moves in, everything is kumbaya for like the first day. So the first incident that happened was the sorrow incident, and I'm gonna explain it to you guys. So my parents, they sell sorrow. They make their own sorrow. You know, we have a local family business going on. So my parents sell sorrow. So they gave me a box to sell, you know, at work or wherever. They gave me a box to sell. So I had the box in the kitchen. Mind you, his room is right across, well, his room, the room that he was staying in was right across from the kitchen. So I guess one night he went in and took a bottle. But I don't know this until after. So I noticed that I'm about to get ready to give people their sorrow and whatnot. So I'm doing counts, and whenever I got the box, I counted how much bottles I got, 1 and 2. I made sure I knew how much profit I was supposed to be getting off of the box. So I already knew how much I was supposed to get, and, you know, foolproof plan. So I'm there counting, about to give somebody their sorrow, and I noticed that 1 is missing. So I'm like, that's weird. So I text my boyfriend asking him if he knows anything about it. Like, you know, I asked my boyfriend if he took a bottle. And he was like, nah, I didn't take a bottle. So I was like, okay, did Dirty Dreads take it? So then he started getting mad at me, talking about how I'm already starting my BS and the whole. I'm like, yo, I'm just asking a simple question. Like, where the hell is the sorrow? So I guess my boyfriend asked Dirty Dreads, and Dirty Dreads was like, yeah, I did take the bottle, you know, that's my bad, blah, blah, blah. So my boyfriend is explaining to him like, yo, like you can't be doing this because she's at the end of the day she's making like her money off of it. So you need to ask. She's not gonna have a problem if you ask. She's telling you something. She's not gonna tell you no. So Dusty Dress sent my boyfriend the money. My boyfriend sent me the money. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Now Dusty Dress starts bringing a gal over. That's when Dusty Gal started coming into the story. So Dusty Gal just came up from Jamaica. Don't know her. All I know is that her blonde hair was dry, like Scotch Brite dry. So she coming. My boyfriend, he's like, I guess the first time she ever came was while I was at work. So I guess my boyfriend knew it was my time coming home from work or whatnot. So he texted me. He was like, I know you're gonna be tight, because my thing is I don't like when people show up to my crib like on a short notice, especially if it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I just don't like people popping up to my crib. Like, at least give me a heads up, like, yo, I'm about to swing by type shit. Or is it okay if I swing by? Don't tell me you're swinging by. Ask me if it's okay for you to swing by for us to chill. And I'd be like, hey, maybe not right now. Or maybe, in a couple hours we could, figure something out. So, mind you, I guess she's in the crib or whatever. She don't say nothing to me. So I'm not saying nothing back. Nigga, it's my crib. Like, what? So, like, the vibe I was getting from her was like, it was stush. And the vibe I got from Dusty Dress when I first met him, like when my boyfriend actually formally introduced us, I could not look that man in his eyes. Like, he was giving me demon, like, my spirit never take him on, bro. It did not take him from the jump, but I just put it to the side and I was just like, you know what, maybe I'm bugging. Well, something was just off about him. From the minute I really got to take a good look at him, I knew something was off. I just didn't know what it was. But at the end of the day, my boyfriend trying to make a little money, I'm not going to stop it because, So, back to the girl now. So, she here. Then it's like, okay, I'm like, okay, when is she leaving? Because it's getting late. So then she ends up staying for another day. And then another day. And then that Monday she goes back. So I'm like, okay, so now it turned into a weekend thing. Like, every weekend she would leave from New York, drop her son in Bridgeport at the grandmother's house, and then come for the weekend for some kaki. And then go back Sunday night or Monday morning or whatever. That was her routine. So I'm like, okay, at this point, she not saying nothing to me, but you're in my crib. The whole vibe was supposed to be like a community thing. Like, everybody was supposed to kind of get along to a certain extent, not be on no like disrespectful shit. Like, oh, like, I just felt like it was weird. I wasn't raised in no household where it was just a roommate thing. Like, everybody was cool. Everybody said hi to each other, whatnot. Even if they're on bad terms, it's just a form of respect. So, I guess my cousin had moved in or whatever, and he had an interaction with Dusty Dreads. So the interaction was pretty much, it was like, small talk. All of a sudden, him stating that he got bodies in Jamaica that he never got booked for and stuff like that got mentioned to my cousin. So me and my cousin was close at the time. And he was telling me, I was like, yo, that's not, like, you don't find that weird? He was like, yeah, but, I already know how things is. Because I guess there was already some tension because I guess Dusty Just is expressing his concern about my boyfriend to my cousin, saying that my boyfriend is the reason why his other car is still at the car shop and he's being charged extra and he don't got the bread for it because I guess he don't work. So he's telling my cousin that it's pretty much that my boyfriend pretty much got to pay for his car to get taken out when my boyfriend just bought the car from New York over here for it to get fixed. He was never going to pay for anything. He was just he just knew a place that your car could get fixed and you was going to move out here anyways. And like, what? You expect him to pay for it all of a sudden? No. Things do not work like that over here, sir. I'm letting you know that from now. So I go back and tell my boyfriend, like, he's being mad weird, but he's not the type to sit here and go confront somebody over some small conversation. After he's calling my boyfriend big bro, and my boyfriend is the younger one. But that's besides the point. Dirty Dreads is pushing 40. I don't know how the girl that he was bringing over was, but I'm assuming they went to high school together, so they're probably around the same age. Cool. So that happens, and then there's a time where me, my boyfriend, and Dusty Judge was in the living room. We was chopping it up, and he was pretty much explaining to us how he used to butt up some guy that he used to sell weed to or whatever, and pretty much like take his weed back or whatever when he used to sell it in a computer store as like a cover up. So he used to pretty much go to the man's job, try and bat him up for weed, and never pay him on some broke nigga shit. For what? Don't know. But he was trying to puff up in chest to who? I don't know, cause I wasn't getting turned on by it, and neither was my boyfriend. I don't know why you trying to sit here and impress us with some story, but I promise you that was so weird to me, and I wrote it down in my notes. I promise you I did, and I have a picture, and I will put it right here because I definitely wrote it down. So that happens, and then the whole situation with the girl, and then now one day I get like, I feel like the insides of my wrist, like right here, not that wrist, elbow, was like, it was itching me, and it don't itch on the regular, and then all of a sudden a rash start forming. So I'm talking to my cousin about it, and making jokes and whatnot, and then he ends up getting it. Mind you, I take a shower every day. I know my cousin take a shower every day. I don't know if this nigga take a shower every day, but my boyfriend don't have no rash on his body or nothing. But at the end of the day, his skin is low-key different. It might not, he's a different breed. So I guess I'm talking to my boyfriend about it, and I guess Dirty Dreads overhears the conversation. He's like, oh yeah, like, I got it too. So he was like, yeah, I've been had it for a minute. So I'm like, what? That's nasty. Like, in my head, I'm like, that's nasty. I'm like, you see, this is some nasty ass shit, bro, and I don't play that shit. That's fucking nasty. So I'm calling my mom, and I'm telling her, this is before Dirty Dreads ever butt into our conversation. She's telling me, put some hydrocortisone on it or whatever, some cream to help the rash go away. And it wasn't working because I was still itching, and my cousin was still itching too. So that's, well, not itching like that, but our arms are still bothering us before y'all take it, and not doing that. So we there. Fast forward towards the end of his stay now. So, well, no, let me backtrack. There was one time I was cooking, right? My boyfriend wasn't home. I'm cooking in the kitchen. He come out his room, come into the kitchen talking about some, yo, let me know when you done cooking. What you mean, let you know when I'm done cooking for what? You think I cook you food? No. No, because he had already gotten into the habit of taking food and not asking, and you not putting no food in the fridge. Why are you taking stuff that's not yours? You already know how the situation go when you was living in New York. You rented a room out. You had to provide everything on your own, meaning you had your own fridge in your room or whatever, or you had your own pots, you had your own everything. I know because, I have family members that rent out rooms, and that's how it goes. You have your own soap. The bathroom, you make sure you clean up after yourself. The bathroom should never be dirty. You clean up literally as soon as you're done in the shower or whatever. You make sure you scrub down a bathroom. That's what happens when you rent a room, because it's like it's a communal bathroom at the end of the day. And it's not just one person that's supposed to clean a bathroom. It's everybody should be taking their turns cleaning the bathroom, especially after they use it. So He never cleaned nothing. He's always using our pots and pans and our food and X, Y, and Z. And he don't clean up after himself. Like, there was dishes missing at one point. And it was all in his room. Come to find out, like, I seen him bringing a whole pile of dishes out. I'm like, bro, that's where the dishes was this whole time. I'm like, where are these dishes going? Where are they going? So, boom, back to the dinner situation. He's telling me to let him know when I'm done cooking. So I'm finished cooking. I didn't let him know because I don't know who the hell he was talking to or he thought he was talking to. But I go back into the room, go chill, wait for my man to get home. So all I hear in the distance is pots and pans clinging. I take time, walk to the kitchen from my room. This man is in the pots, sharing out his own plate. So I didn't say nothing to him. Because I had the energy that day. So I told my boyfriend, I was like, yo, like, you gave him the okay to go take food? He was like, yeah. I'm like, you should have let me know, because what the fuck? I don't cook for nobody. Like, you lucky I even cook for you. Shit. This is my left hand. If you say something about my middle fingernail, you're anti-black. You see my hand. I shouldn't even be cooking for you. But you got a hot plate on a daily. So you think I'm gonna cook for this nigga and he's not my man? You're out your mind. You done lost your medulla, my boy. Cause I don't do that. I'm sorry. Especially if he's already giving me hints that he's not fucking with me. Like the one time he like, okay, the first time I got the inkling that he was not fucking with me was when my boyfriend took him to get his tooth removed, because he was explaining how he was in excruciating pain and blah blah blah. He was supposed to get this tooth pulled out. So boom, my boyfriend takes him, they come back. Dutty just stopped by my doorway and he's like, yeah, he wouldn't shut up about you. And I'm just like, okay, I'm his girlfriend. I don't know what you wanted me to do about it, because I wasn't there. I didn't go to your dentist appointment, so I don't know what you want me to do, sir. But that was the first time I felt like, he wasn't fucking with me. Like, nah. Then there was another time I copped up and I was putting him onto this new spot. Then he gonna sit here and talk about, oh, your plug is trying to mess with you. He was trying to flirt with you because he gave you extra and blah, blah, blah. So you call my boyfriend trying to fake snitch. I'm like, bro, like, you really doing the most. Like, over some bud, bro. Over some bud. Like, I'm just like, bro, like, and I'm glad my boyfriend ain't paying no mind, because what the hell? If I could finesse my way into getting something cheaper and he's gonna support it. He gonna tell me to run it up. So, but yeah, so that happened. So now, fast forward a couple months after my birthday now. So one day I'm off from work I usually worked, I think it was a Friday. It was either a Thursday or a Friday. One of the days that I usually worked, I didn't pick up. So I'm on the phone with my boyfriend in the morning while he's on his way to work and whatnot. And before he left, he asked me, he was like, yo, have you seen my shoes or whatever? I'm like, what shoes? So he's telling me he's describing the shoes to me. I'm like, no, I haven't seen them. So he texted the group chat, because it was me, Dirty Jets, and my cousin and my boyfriend in the group chat. So he texted the group chat. He was like, hey, has anybody seen my sneakers? Like, as nobody responded. So he texted Dirty Jets privately and he asked him. So I don't know that he texted Dirty Jets privately in that moment, but all I hear while I'm on the phone with my boyfriend is that Dirty Jets is wilding. Like, when I tell you wilding, like slamming doors and cussing up a storm 9 o'clock in the morning. My cousin is in his room sleeping and you busting through that And nah, bro, you doing too much. Talking about some, oh, every time I mama clock Rowena, I rile up. I said, babe, I'm on the phone. I'm like, yo, babe, you hear this? He like, nah. So I started laughing. So I guess he here because he came to the bathroom. My room is by the bathroom. So he cussed it in the bathroom and all that extra shit. And he slamming the bathroom door and stomping, like full on blowing throwing a full blown tantrum. Throwing a full blown tantrum. At his big age, you're throwing a tantrum at this big age? Anywho, so I guess the girl's here because the dirty gal was, I guess she had been there for like a week. That was the time she ended up staying a week because his car was fucked up. His other car was fucked up because he had two vehicles. The one that's in the shop and he had an Infiniti, I think, or a Hyundai. And that was the one that was in the backyard that he was always trying to fix. And it just wasn't working. And mind you, he wasn't working. Every day he would go outside and try to fix the car. From when I leave work to when I come back in. And he was doing that shit for almost a month. So he's storming out through the house and talking about some bumbleclot Rowena cousin and bumbleclot Rowena boyfriend and da 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 da, and it's always an issue. And I'm tired, me I go left me. So by that time my cousin had woken up. So I take time. I'm not I don't step heavy in my opinion. I don't think I do. But I walked from my room, freshened up or whatever in the bathroom, came out the bathroom. I took my time and I went into the kitchen and look who I see. Dirty gal. Mind you, anytime I walk throughout the house, I don't see her. So that was the one time me and her bucked up into each other. And that time she looked startled. She was like, oh shit. So I said, good morning. She said, good morning. And she, had her head low and walked into the room. So I guess she told him that I was here and that they wasn't in the house by themselves. So that's when he started lowering his voice. So I started laughing and I'm making it known that I'm here. So I'm sitting there blasting music and cleaning up the kitchen. So I said into the group chat, I said the kitchen is clean, and I took a picture. I said, yeah, it was mad. It was, I didn't like it. It wasn't bad, but I just don't like dirty shit. I'm sorry. So I sent it and I was like, yes, I cleaned the kitchen. I cleaned the stove, swept out the floor, mopped the kitchen floor, washed all the dishes, washed the dish rack, all of that. Made sure that shit was spick and span. And I had my cousin clean out the bathroom that time. So he there cussing in the room and stuff like that. And then he come out, don't say nothing to me, and both of them leave the house. So me and my cousin ranking on him, like we start talking mad shit, cause why not? You was sitting here cussing, and the only reason why I didn't say nothing was because I didn't want to make it seem like I was fueling a situation and my boyfriend wasn't there. Regardless of if he was there or not, I still would have never said nothing. Because at the end of the day, it's my boyfriend's place to check him, not mine, in a sense. But I just let it be known that I heard what you said and I'm not saying nothing. So next time I see you, I'm saying something. Or you can't come back here. Word too. So once I told my boyfriend and stuff like that, what he was saying how he gave my boyfriend a TV and a whole bunch of shit. He was pretty much saying he gave my boyfriend mad shit, which was false. And so my boyfriend was like, all right. So when my boyfriend got home, he changed the Wi-Fi password. He gave him back the TV and all of the shit that, well, not all of it, because it was like two things. It was a TV and he changed the Wi-Fi and he changed the locks too. So he couldn't get back in, because you're not finna walk in and out of here after you just disrespected. You tried to disrespect my girl and her cousin, which I view as family, while I'm not home, and then you trying to play friendly in my face, talking about some old big bro, calling me big bro in my face. And I've been telling my boyfriend, I said, from the moment he got here, from the moment that, obviously gave him the bigger room and all of that, because we didn't use the other room. So, he got the bigger room. He able to have his girl come over and all of that stuff. And you giving him like too much leeway. Like, he's supposed to come here, get his money up in order to get his own place where he can do what he want to do, have his daughter over and have no problems. That was what I thought his goal was. But he was getting too comfortable staying here. And I called it from probably like within the first month. I had told my boyfriend already, and he wasn't believing me. So I was like, all right, I could only tell you what I see and watch how you move about it. And I said, you was moving like a punk. Like, you was not scared, but from my perspective at the time, because I didn't know my boyfriend was going and telling him like, yo, make sure you don't do this, or, telling him what I'm pretty much saying behind closed doors. I just didn't know about it. So, so my boyfriend started getting petty with the whole returning the TV, changing the locks, changing the password. I promise you, that same night, that man was storming through the house and cussing up a storm, talking about me. Oh, my boyfriend came home same night and changed the locks. As soon as he got home, he changed the locks, gave him back the TV, and changed the Wi-Fi password. So, a couple days after that incident had happened on a Friday. So I think probably like Monday. I think it was Monday. He came back and he tried to open the back door. And we had a camera at the back door. So we seen on the camera, because I'm at work, so I get the notifications anytime, there's movement by the back door or whatnot. So we see on the camera that he tried his key and he didn't work. So he was like, oh shit, they changed the locks on me. So I'll be on the phone at work sometimes, and I was like, yo babe, look at this. So I sent it to him. He was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what he get. So I guess probably a couple hours later, mind you, okay, prior to him trying the door, he had texted my boyfriend probably like 7 o'clock in the morning saying that he was gonna come by. We both have work and nobody's home. So what are you coming by for if you trying to come pick up your stuff? Like, I'm confused. So, mind you, that day I was on a double. So I had left work because I had it was an emergency. I already know my boyfriend has a hot temper. So I had to rush home because this idiot, Dirty Dreads, called the cops. And so the cops called my boyfriend and was like, oh, so-and-so is trying to get in here, and a whole bunch of stuff, pretty much saying the guy's government name. And he was like, I don't know who that is. So I guess Dirty Dreads was trying to use his middle name as his first name when speaking to the cops. And my boyfriend was like, no, I know so-and-so. I don't know who you're talking about. So long story short, I end up getting home. So I'm mad because I'm like, yo, he's really doing the most. And at that time, I didn't know that he didn't pay my boyfriend for 2 months. He didn't pay my boyfriend for 2 months. So the only time he made a payment for the crib was right before he came initially. That was the only time he ever sent money. He didn't send no money no other time. My boyfriend was like, okay, let me know when you can get it. So the guy there, and I'm sitting there going back at him. So as soon as I come, I start asking the cops questions. I'm like, so what happened? They're like, oh, do you live here? I'm like, yeah, I live here. So what, what's going on? So he's like, oh, so-and-so saying that he can't get in the house. I was like, well, I don't have the key, so y'all just gonna have to wait for my boyfriend to get here. Whole time I did have the key. I don't care. I'm not letting you in the house without my boyfriend being in. I'm sorry. Because next thing I know, it's 3-4 cops, and it's you and your girl. I'm not stupid. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. No. So while we there waiting for my boyfriend, I start talking shit. So I start telling the girl how, mind you, they sitting in the U-Haul truck. I'm like, oh, so you have money to buy a U-Haul truck, but you don't have money to pay your rent. And you ain't been paying it. So all of a sudden, what, did she give you the money that she was supposed to be using for her kid? He was just sitting there like he couldn't hear me. So I'm like, all right, cool. So long story short, we ended up my boyfriend came, he left them in the house, cool. So I'm like, yo, can y'all hurry up, because I have to go shower, because I don't play that dirty shit. Like I said, when I come home from work, that's the first thing I do. I strip and I get in that damn shower and I wash my ass, because I work in a healthcare field. So yeah, no. So I come out the shower, get dressed. So I'm, I guess he's getting the stuff out the room and whatnot. So I guess he had a I guess it was a wireless, or he had a his own lock on the door that I guess it was connected to the Wi-Fi. So I guess when my boyfriend changed the Wi-Fi password, it disconnected the doorknob, or the keyboard or whatever kind of thing he had. It disabled it. So I guess his room door was open. So he gonna call my boyfriend talking about some yo, what's up with my room door? Had mad bass in his voice. I was like, oh hell no. So boom, they there. I think I was screaming. All I know is that I was yelling because I was tight, because he thought he had a one up and he knew he was wrong, and he know he a broke ass nigga and all that extra. So I started airing his business out. Cause I was so mad, like I was just seeing red, like I really wanted to fight. But he was smart in calling the cops, no cap. Cause I probably would have beat his girlfriend up, or his gal or whatever. I would have beat the gal up. Cause I'm not gonna put no hands on no man, and you have a girlfriend. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna beat your girl up before I put hands on you, cause she know what you doing. She's gonna have to get beat up by just being associated with you. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. So they're there moving the stuff out the room silently. I'm cussing. When I tell y'all, I was cussing for three hours straight. I was cussing for it. Didn't have no headache after. Didn't lose my voice. No, nothing. When I tell y'all, when I get upset, and I try not to, because I know how I can get to a certain extent. Once I black out, I don't know. But I was just so upset, because I was fed up, because I was holding shit in for mad long, like for months. And I just felt uncomfortable. Like my boyfriend would barely be home, and I'm home with this nigga more than I am with my own boyfriend. But that's not what got me upset. It was just he felt like he could do certain shit when my boyfriend's not home, and then switch up when he come around. I just didn't like that. My boyfriend wasn't seeing it, and I was just frustrated on that. So I was mad at everything. So I start cussing and start saying how that's why his baby mother don't want him to see the daughter, and that's why he's still broke even though his girl's giving him money from Jamaica that's supposed to be for her kid, and how he's still a bum, and how he can't keep a job, and blah blah blah. I start cussing up a storm. So my boyfriend go downstairs and come back upstairs, and mind you, I'm still cussing, and he come up and was like, yo, there's something on my truck. I don't know what it is. It look like tuna or like some mayonnaise or whatever. So I get mad. I'm like, nah, these niggas is really trying to be funny, because the cops was here. So I go around, mind you, the cops had left by the time that my boyfriend had went to his car and came back up. So I come around to the kitchen area where he's moving out his stuff. So I'm like, which one of y'all did it? Like, I start pressing him hard. I'm like, yo, which one of y'all did it? And who want to fight? Because if not, I'm going to have to stop the girlfriend if y'all don't start talking. Either way, she going to get slapped. But somebody was going to have to fess up and say who tried to fuck my boyfriend's car. So nobody say nothing. They act like they can't hear me. Then all of a sudden, this man calling the cops again, talking about he's in danger and how my boyfriend has a gun and blah, blah. I'm like, bro, this nigga really sitting here lying, acting like he's fearing for his life, and you're supposed to be some big top murderer? Oh, but you're calling cops. And y'all bud man. Oh, wait till it's reach Jamaica. Because they not gonna fuck with you. Once they realize that you call cops, nah, it's clip. You cannot go nowhere. You can't go nowhere. You can't even come in the country. They do not play that shit. Snitches get stitches. But anyways, so mind you, Dirty Dreads was my boyfriend's dad's friends. That's how they knew each other, through my boyfriend's father. So I guess my boyfriend was calling his dad after the whole situation, and he was telling his dad what happened, because he never told his dad that, you know, his friend was living with us. He never told his dad prior to, you know, nothing. So his dad was like, if you would have told me that you was, you know, that you was thinking about letting him move in with you, I would have told you no. And I know my boyfriend felt stupid. I know he felt stupid, because after I started peeping certain shit, I was like, yeah, he low-key gotta go. I'm not even gonna cap, because if he could sit here and play like he's nice in front of your face and then do weird shit behind your back and talk shit about you and stuff, and you don't know and think he's slick and think his shit is sweet, he's not your friend, bro. And he should not be living here, especially if he got access to the crib. Nah, bro. So I cussed him out. My boyfriend had to call my mom. My mom couldn't calm me down. Like, it was bad. Like, nobody could calm me down. Like, I had a fever. That's how mad I was. And I just remember screaming. Like, I really am upset at myself for letting bum niggas get to me. Not get to me, but like get me upset. Like, you're really a bum broke ass nigga acting like he got money. Your dick is dirty. You don't wash up. You can't see your daughter. And you're acting like you all high and mighty, like nobody could say nothing to you. Nah, bro, you're bugged out. You're bugged out. And probably what even the story that he was telling my boyfriend before he moved in, that shit probably was a lie. I don't know and I don't care. All I know is that I'm glad the nigga don't live here no more. I'm just glad he don't live here no more. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the story time. And don't feel afraid to comment down below what content ideas you want me to put out. Or, you know, don't feel afraid to leave any reviews or whatnot. Don't forget to subscribe. And with that being said, I'm out.